Hello and welcome to News Centre. I'm Parikshit Luthra. The government-appointed Cabinet Committee of Security has approved a 7,000 crore rupee order to procure advanced howitzers from Indian defence equipment manufacturers. Let's give you a quick snapshot of the deal. The acquisition has been cleared for 307 artillery gun systems and 327 heavy gun towing vehicles to support the artillery systems. The first batch of deliveries will commence by middle of this year and will be completed within 5 years. The deal is expected to be signed later this month. Bharat Forge will account for 60% of the order book and Tata Advanced Systems will account for the rest. The Defence Acquisition Council has also cleared proposals worth over 54,000 crore rupees to enhance defence capabilities. Joining us right now to take this forward is Rajinder Singh Bhatia, Chairman of Kalyani Strategic Systems, a subsidiary of Bharat Forge, and also the President of Society of Indian Defence Manufacturers. Thank you very much for joining us on the phone, Mr. Bhatia. Let me begin by asking you, this indeed is a big order for the Indian defence industry, especially for Bharat Forge, because 60% of the orders are going to Bharat Forge. Could you give us a sense of whether this will require Kalyani Strategic Systems, which is a subsidiary of Bharat Forge, to expand its manufacturing capabilities, invest in new capabilities?
Parikshit, thank you so much. Of course, it is a CCS has cleared the proposal. The order is yet to be signed, and we have been eagerly waiting for this order because I believe this is a game changer. This was a weapon system which was developed along with DRDO by private industry and is now seeing the signs for its early induction. So this, of course, is a landmark moment. Order, I'm sure, will follow shortly. As of now, the order is not yet received, but CCS clearance has come. Answering the second part of your question, which is that whether do we need to, we have repeatedly said that Kalyani Group has already established a very large capacity. We are already manufacturing more than 6 to 8 guns per month, and we are in the process of upgrading this to 12 guns per month. We really do not need any expansion of capacity because these capacities has already been established in anticipation of order like this. In fact, we are prepared to not even wait for 5 years. We are getting up to deliver this much faster than the time frame which has been indicated to us. So we are fully geared up.
Okay, I would also like to ask you, sir, when do you begin deliveries? I think the order says middle of this year. Could you give us a sense of how soon could deliveries begin once the formal contract is signed?
See, after the formal contract is signed, we are required to produce one prototype, which is supposed to go through 1 or 2 mandatory firing tests or non-firing tests in our case. And thereafter, we should get the bulk production order, which means you get a clearance, bulk production clearance certificate, which will come. Thereafter, we can supply the guns. So I presume that by maybe the third quarter or the fourth quarter of next year, we should be seeing the guns flowing out from our plant to the Indian Army.
Right. Could you also give us a sense as to what has been the contribution in developing this gun from the DRDO side and also from the side of the private sector?
See, it is very difficult to kind of, quantify that. It has been a team effort. DRDO laid down the specifications, helped the industry to develop the weapon platform, and also to kind of, take it up to that level that it met all the desired QRs and actually became first in the world to achieve a very, very long range. In fact, this weapon platform offers almost 47 kilometers of range. So this development is landmark in that. But to quantify how much DRDO did and how much we did would be very difficult. It was a team effort, and I think it has borne very good fruits.
Right. What about exports, sir? What is the export demand for these guns right now?
So we have already exported some of these guns, and I would not be able to disclose the country, but most of the people are aware. We have already exported close to about 12 guns. We are also seeing quite a bit of interest from many countries all across the globe, both from West and from our other side, East. So we are hopeful that once Indian Army also starts buying, which is almost on the now verge of that order being placed, we should be getting some more traction for orders for ATACs going into the future.
Right. Now, we also believe that 65% of the components going into this weapon system are indigenously procured. Could you give us a sense how this gun, which has a 40 kilometer range, a 52 caliber, is largely domestically produced, gives us a self-reliance capacity, and how does this howitzer compare to some of the others around the world made by other OEMs?
So firstly, I think, let me correct that. In our weapon platform, which Kalyani Group will make, we are indigenous content will be more than 80%. Since we are making almost everything in-house, it's almost in excess of 80%. So it will be a purely indigenous, developed and Indian manufactured platform. So that is point number one. Secondly, this gun has got the capacity to give a range of 45 kilometers and above. And to us, it is perhaps the best gun in the world right now.
Right. That indeed is important. I would also like to ask you one quick question, sir. This is about the Defence Acquisition Council. A government statement has just come saying that DAC has cleared capital acquisition proposals worth over 54,000 crore rupees to enhance defence capabilities. This includes procurement of 1,350 HP engines for T-90 tanks, Varunastra torpedoes, airborne early warning and control aircraft systems, and guidelines have been approved to reduce timelines in capital acquisition process. Could you give us a sense of how the Indian defence industry is going to benefit from these orders? I'm asking you in the capacity of SIDM President, and will Kalyani Group also be benefiting?
So, firstly, if Indian industry benefits, Kalyani Group would benefit. That is the one sure thing. Now, coming as SIDM President and commenting on this, we welcome any effort done by the government to reform the acquisition process, to cut down the timelines. It is always a welcome process. We have been advocating for cutting down these acquisition cycles for a long time, and if government has now started to do that, it will be a welcome step. Regarding what will be the impact of these, any orders which are placed on Indian industry does have an impact. Our, value of production for domestic industry will certainly go up. And we are looking forward to, our Raksha Mantri gave us a target of 3 lakh crores for domestic production in next 3 to 4 years. So any increase and clearance of more proposal will only help us in achieving the aim which has been set out for the Indian industry.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Bhatia, for joining us with your perspective, joining us at a short notice and giving us your view on these mega defence orders announced by the government today. So indeed, a big move for the defence industry, and defence stocks will be in focus tomorrow. Let's move on.